All right, so welcome to a new module here where we're going to talk about some of the basics when it comes to sending your emails, okay? Now, the important thing to remember is that, your sending of emails is broken down into a few categories, okay? First of all, it's going to be, let's just pull this down here. We'll just go on and draw instead of type. All right, so it's going to be the timing. So this might mean how often, okay, and the space between, okay, and we'll talk about that in a little while. So you look at timing, you look at the copy, okay, all right, so this is the writing, the words, right? So what is the writing, what are the words that are being used inside of your emails, right? And then another thing that we look at is linking, okay? And this is how many links, okay? And then what's linked, all right? So what's linked? All right, now all of that is to say that when you have a basic email and it's written like this, let's just say this is the email, you're usually going to have a lot of copy just like this, and then every once in a while you find a link, okay? And then there's additional copy, so on and so forth. So the elements in your email, right, that you're, and this may look better and serve us better if we draw it this size, right? So this is your email, all right? This is the basic. These are some of like the very, very basic core elements of an actual email. Now, the linking is most definitely one of the more important core elements. The copy is important. The timing is important. And one of the things that is kind of the gateway, okay, like literally the gateway to success with an email is your subject lines, okay? Subject lines. So when you're looking at the evolution of an email, right, like what comes first? You have subject lines, okay? This is what's going to generate the opens, okay? So in the process, your subject line comes first. Without a subject line being good, if you will, you're going to generate far less opens, okay? So subject lines are going to really have an impact on the open rate of your emails because it's the only thing that people see prior to opening, right? So subject lines are going to really affect the open rate. Timing is going to affect your open rate, okay? So the timing, this is something that's going to affect your open rate. Now what I mean by timing is how often you're sending an email, what time that email is hitting for your customers. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in some future modules where we discuss and go really into detail on how to properly time your emails when they're going out, okay? So keep that in mind. So we've got subject lines and timing, which really focus a lot on opens. Now, your copy, I'm going to do that. Your copy, okay, focuses a lot on clicks, okay? So obviously, once somebody opens an email, our goal is to make them click on a link in that email. The click is what's going to generate the revenue, and I think that's what's really most important for you to take away from this kind of overview and basic introduction to sending emails, and that is that it's great to get all these really big open rates, right? Send a bunch of emails and get a high percentage of people to open them. But money is made when you actually get clicks on your link, right? And so obviously the copy and then your linking strategy, okay, how often you put links, what words are linked, and so on and so forth. Those are the things that really affect the number of clicks that you're getting, okay? And when we're looking at kind of taking sending emails and turning it into a profitable business, we have to get a happy medium of both of these things. We've got to get a good open rate, okay, in order for us to be able to make any real money. But we've also got to be able to get a lot of clicks on the emails once they're opened. So we have to optimize both of these elements, okay? We have to get as high an open rate as we can and as high a click-through rate as we can. And we can do that by focusing on the things that you see here on the screen. Increasing the frequency with which we send emails, addressing the copy that we use in our emails, making sure that we're linking properly in our emails, and then always testing new subject lines. This is a really big one right here, because this makes the biggest difference in your open rate, is the subject lines. And to be honest with you, the copy makes the biggest difference in how many clicks you get. So we have to have a marriage of these things. You have to understand the core principles and the core basics here when you're sending an email. All right. Now we're going to break down some of these in the next couple of modules, and we're going to dive into, the timing of emails, maybe the subject lines of emails, and maybe how we write copy properly. But at the end of the day, what we want to make sure is that you know that these 4 elements are the most important core elements. Look, it doesn't matter how your email looks. It doesn't have to have a template. In fact, oftentimes we don't use templates in our emails. Templates meaning graphics and all of that kind of stuff. We just use a very basic email with nothing but text, right? Text and the links that we want people to click, and we get the best results that way. You want to focus on these 4 things to improve your metrics, okay? To increase your opens, increase your clicks, increase your revenue. These are the basic things that you must know about sending emails. And when you move on to the next module, we're going to talk and break some of these things down into detail and show you exactly how to optimize them for the best results.